like a shithole state. It's wonderful to some, but not to other. So it looks like Danson has figured out the three-word commands that work on me. Go live, please. It's something I want to do, and then something apparently I can count as a favor. So it's up to Danson to advertise the stream. It's like, he wanted it, and sometimes people's like, I don't want it anymore. So obviously he doesn't want it that bad. But it what it does is it gets me off the his stream and not yelling at people using text to speech or speech to text. There's gonna be a UN assembly today, and pigeons and stuff. There's a lot of pigeons near the United Nations. And hopefully I can keep this until 9:11, 9 minutes 11 seconds, at zero chatters and zero likes. In my live streams, I just lowered all my expectations. People say, go live, please, but they refuse to have all notifications on, and I have to wait. So my little mini game here in this MMORPG or the Matrix or whatever is try to start my live streams and get to 9 minutes and 11 seconds. Oh shit, there he goes. Hello, liker. So you got like 3 minutes in. So that mini game is not completed. Oh well. Somebody liked this stream. Hey, CEO. So I want to talk to you directly. If you're using text to speech or speech to text, so am I. But it's up to you. Your brain is the AI parsing what I'm hearing. Hopefully, do you hear me at all? Is it clear?
Use the right lane to bear right onto truck US 19 South.
Me, I'm grumpy all the time, just like in the Seven Dwarfs. So if you're sleepy, or I've noticed a lot of your content, and JK linked to it. I like steak. I like cooking steak. You seem to have a very cozy apartment, and you might have a cat or a pet. So it's good that you're just living your best life. But if you play episode 48 of the Come Town by any means, it's like I'm there with you. Basically, that's the episode where they decided, like, if you can't beat them, join them. And they started talking about all the things that are of interest to me. And then it became the greatest riff of all time because it's open-ended. Similarly, you could try to insert yourself into that and talk about all the things you want to talk about. I noticed that you need validation. That's why. Yeah, it's a bit, right? But would you ever say Batman instead of bit? Like, try that out. It's just a Batman mixing up the words, trying to seem confused. Now, I read a lot of Batman comics and Joker and all this DC comics. Batman rarely talks, so that minimizes the times he's going to be confused about words. He usually punches you in the face, and then, like, if you have anything smart to say, he'll punch you again. That's Batman. Okay? So if you notice, like, Batman and bitch share the letter B and T. You could also say bitch, which is more likely than Batman, because Batman's not a bitch. Are you a Batman fan at all? How are you? See, like, basically, Danson, the person I call Danson Raptor Johnny, maybe you're one of his personas, but, you're getting annoyed at me. That's fine. It's okay to be annoyed. It's just don't let that be obstacle. Don't let being annoyed stop you from doing all you're supposed to do for me. Whatever it is. I really don't know what you do all day, but it's keeping me alive, so continue. Keep up all the good work. 93 out of 100, my maximum grade. I do wish you would do more steak videos, though. There's a lot of spices you could use. Oh, really? I mean, I don't really care, but who's your favorite villain, for example? You're not really going to say Nate Mendez or Charlie Kirk, are you? You're going to use a comic book villain. Try it, like Darkseid or something, or Thanos. He's real popular. But, my goal in this, you never will say Nate Mendez or Charlie Kirk because, one, in order to keep your apartment and your supply of steaks and butter and all that, cat food, dog food, pet food, you kind of have to not talk bad about Charlie Kirk. You can talk bad about me. I don't care. I've never been called Charlie Kirk, and I never will. I notice if you're using text-to-speech, notice how I'm showing you how to use text-to-speech properly.
Stay in the middle lane.
You just bombard the viewer or listener with all the shit you want to talk about. You selectively translate it in your brain. I heard this part. All the rest, though, is kind of like muffled or muddy. Hugo Strange? His first name is Hugo? I thought it was Steven. Who the fuck is Hugo Strange? Like Hugo Boss Strange or something. H1B1. Oh, you're Indian. Are you pissed about the whole thing? Trump's like, 100,000 annually. No, I didn't say annually. You didn't say it. You just edicted it. Well, that's the thing. If you're a nurse, you have to talk badly about people. I have bad news. You have cancer, terminal AIDS or something. Okay? So if you know nursing at all, do you know nursing? Nursing and nothing share the letters, and it's the same format. Also nodding. This is me nodding. If I nod, you see a certain sign. This is me. I try not to talk badly about people I know nodding about. You know what nodding is? This is nodding. Nodding up and down. Okay? So anyway, you seem like when JK linked it, it's like, this is my fight song. And then the chat was like colluding. Does Nate know? Like, don't cry because a buster died. No, he's not. Which asylum? Arkham? That's Jebediah or something. Who the hell? Chilton, I think. Hugo Strangers? I'm not gonna argue comic books with you. You go talk to Ethan Van Sciver or something. Or the RFK thing. Or go to Comic Con. What's your Comic Con outfit this year? I'm trying to be a Hal Jordan. Yeah. I have the green. I don't have like the butt yet. Typical dancing. He's like, go live, please. But then he doesn't come in. He doesn't even like the stream. You're the first and only person in all the CEO that actually likes the stream. So it's just like a little kid. I want chocolate cake for breakfast. 8 years later, 10 years. Why am I fat? Because you wanted chocolate cake for breakfast. Stupid. It's not like we left you alone and didn't like feed you. We didn't starve you. We just made wrong life choices. Now you have to be on metformin or shots to manage your stupid weight. That's what being a parent is all about, I think. Just like, okay, we'll spoil you, and then when you go have a tantrum, then we know we raised a shitty kid. And if you go to farms, the shitty chicken that's the one that gets killed first for food. You pecking my legs while I'm feeding you? Oh, I know now who's gonna. It won't. Thanks for making the choice easier, stupid chicken. That's why I allow all the people who are just bad-mannered or evil intention. Jesus will send justice. If they die, and I feel bad about it, I'll let you know. But I got angry when they insinuated that you died. I was like, CEO, he's got a survival life force like that's measured, you know. So I got mad on your behalf. This is like a video diary. I've been to chats where like, Ozzy died, and then he actually died. And people are like, I don't have anything. You manifested his death, you know. Don't try to avoid accountability. So some people in chat have something against you. I don't know who you pissed off. I checked. Am I pissed off by former CEO? Not really. I mean, you're a little creepy, maybe a little pervert, but you have a right to express your opinion around me, you know? That's why I asked, how are you? Are you still dedicated to this creepy pervert role? Because you're entitled to some maternity leave. Like, take a break, you know? Try to explore the exact opposite. Adopt a pigeon if you can. Me, since I told God and all the universe, I don't really like dealing with ADHD inattentive because it's very difficult to draw them out of their shell. I'd rather deal with fucking murderous psychopaths and say, like, oh, you're trying to kill me. Can you not? And then, that's a challenge in their mind. Or you're all the way up to 11, I need you at 3 or 4. And it's a challenge. If you're passionate and then you're just running around like untethered like all the people, then you just set a new challenge. Like an asylum, Now, what is Hugo? Well, homo. Is homo strange? Homo strangers? You ever met a stranger that's homosexual? more homosexual than you, and then the testosterone is like, even though I'm a faggot, I'm still a man, right? I will beat the shit out of this homosexuality. It's built in genetics, you know. If all the world were homosexual, there would be a pecking order. You don't have a bank loan or mortgage. I want to laugh at you like that. You seem very quiet. Good. See how I've turned you to inattentive? Oh my God, this shit's so boring now. You know what I mean? You wanted to regain mod. You're not doing anything to regain mod. You know? And this is my goodbye to you. In case something happens to you, former CAO, goodbye. Thanks for all your friendship. I couldn't stop you near the end, but I tried. Okay? I'd rather apologize. Oh, you're still alive. Guess I was wrong about that. Than like not miss the chance to say goodbye to a friend. And we might not
Go
think
past these
we're
lights.
friends.
Then at
I
the
just
next
have a lot
exit,
of weird
turn
ass
right.
friends. Okay? I like it much better when you shut the fuck up in my chat and just absorb. That's the challenge. You know? If you were manic or something, it's like, I don't know what to do. Here's something to do. Go fuck yourself. Can't? Well, good. If you're a comics book fan, you know
Other
Preacher.
lights. Turn right onto
When
Broadway.
Jesse Custer like has the voice of God, he tells like a southern racist, "Go fuck yourself." The racist rips off his dick and fucks himself up the ass. This is like, and then finally, our space is like gets a love from his dad. It's like, take good care of your mom, okay? Where you go? I'm just going to my room. Blam. So shut the fuck up. Leave. Good. All right. As for dancing, he requests a lot of things. This is a way for me to vent. Also, I mean, like, Flight is hearing a lot of saucy language from me, but I figure, I don't know what birds talk about or avians. They probably curse and say the N word more than I do. So, this is like makes it feel happy. It's like dad's pissed off again. He's grumpy, cursing at people on the stream. There's nobody there.
At the next lights,
There will be.
turn left.
And then if you're all trying to find my location, feel free. I'm trying to find your division. It's divide and conquer. While you're all busy trying to pin me down, some people already know where I live or locate, and they don't care. Trying to make
At the
all of you
lights,
inattentive.
turn left onto West Side Avenue.
Right? Make sure your audio is all the way up. That's text to speech. At the right. Da. If you're a fan of The Sopranos, sometimes Tony Soprano sends Chrissy or somebody to go meet somebody in this place. You know all the things to do. And people follow. And the people who are in that area don't like strangers. If I'm known here and you're not, something bad happens to you, don't come crying to me. Hopefully you presume you're untouchable, and then like nothing bad will happen to me. That's what Charlie Kirk said, nothing bad. I have all this best security of all time. So last chance to claim your salvation. Usually I'm listening to these YouTube videos, and before we do all the crazy stuff, the insane stuff, us in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, or the Holy Ghost. Do that, well, good. I was compelled to do it by somebody much more powerful in Catholic faith. It's a normalization thing. So even John's not here, Raptor Johnny, JK, it's quite telling. It could be that actually former CEO died and he's recently dead, and he's like, I'm unsure about this transition. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's acceptable. That's understandable. There's a lot of confusing things in this world, If you're recently dead, go watch Beetlejuice or something. But otherwise, shut the fuck up. It's a challenge. When somebody's talking to you and trying to help you, shut the fuck up. If you want to keep talking, use your text to speech. I'm better at text to speech or speech to text. I've done live streams. I've done over 2,000 videos like Mark Mays. I don't hit his 3 hours, but 1.5 hours, decent for me. Lost my voice. He doesn't lose his voice. And I'm surprised. He must have a lot of honey tea and, the kratom helps and stuff. I've never taken kratom and I never will. It's going to be forcefully administered to me. All hail the tree. You know, I have new comments. There's all this construction around here, but it's like me going to a rural farm like KKK or what's that place? It's like the home, and I'll do a survey. What if we brought in 5,000 black people to sign this petition, and that's all I need right now, just that. Okay. In fact, if you could say in text to speech, "Shut the fuck up, Nate," I'd love to see that in my chat. You know, and I'll be confused because you're trying to get like mod. I shouldn't be rude, but if you are, then can't be helped. Did you write it? Oh, I missed it. I was too busy driving. And there's all these birds that I could run over with a vehicular manslaughter. But I've seen enough, like carnage, Not like that I'm Vin Diesel, but like he claims he's been in a lot of fights. And then, there's certain things. If you can de-escalate something using text to speech, do it. It's a challenge, If you did say "shut the fuck up, Nate," and retracted the video, you felt bad about it. Good. Or the chat comment. Good thing to know that you have a conscience, But I've been so disappointed about certain things in my life. I have to do all these federal signs, like trespassers will be shot, survivors will be twice. To me, that's funny because I know people are gonna trespass and survive, so I'll just shoot them twice to make sure. It's extra money, but still, All right, well, this is the end of this. 17 minutes. It's dancing. It's like, go live, please. Yeah, I'm done.